Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. That is Yahweh, who the word he calls God, and Yahweh Shai, who the word he calls Jesus Christ, right? Brother Judah Mayan come with a quick exhortation through the Spirit and Shabbat Shalom to those that's observing it Friday sundown and Saturday sundown, the 7th day, thus saith the Lord. And just wanted to go into a quick exhortation on Sirach chapter 41 and verse 12 on down, right, on having a blameless name, because those are things that we should be seeking in this kingdom, in this world that we in now, man, right? A blameless name, right? Righteousness, not being evil, wicked, and having a negative connotation or a stain on your name, man, right? This Sirach chapter 41. Let's get right into it. So like this Sirach chapter 41 and verse number 12. It says, have regard to thy name, for that shall continue with thee above 1,000 great treasures of gold. Yeah, so through the Spirit, the Lord is demanding us and commanding us through the Spirit, Sirach, Ecclesiastes, Proverbs, and all these other different, precepts to have a blameless name. Who are we? Why do we want to have that negative stain on our name, known as the drunkard, or known as the nick, or the whoremonger? Jake in this world love to be known for, yeah, you got plenty of, what they say, plenty bodies. I got plenty bodies. Hey, rather it's just all negative, man. And Jake boast in those negative things, man. Whole time we should be boasting in righteousness, man. Hey, keeping the laws, his commandments, keeping God, the Most High feast days, right? Not hating your brother. Don't have an evil eye towards him. No backbiting, no murmuring, right? You don't want to be known like this, man. Like the Israelites when they came out of Egypt, known for their murmuring and backbiting against Moses and Aaron. Evil, man. You don't want to be known for that, man. You want to be known for righteousness, man, right? Because that's going to continue with thee for 1,000 generations. It's like 1,000 great treasures of gold, like the Lord said, right? This is Sirach chapter 41 and 13. It says, a good life have a few days. Yeah, you can have a good life. Our days is numbered, man. It's already written how long and how many days we're going to work, because the Lord predestinated and preordained everything from the beginning of the foundation of the earth, right? Right, continuing on, it says, a good life have but few days, but a good name endure forever. Hold on, read that again. This Sirach 41 and 13 again. It says, a good life have but few days, but a good name endure forever. Right, so that's why the Spirit, we got to know, like, the Lord said that good name is going to endure forever, man. Not just one time, because, hey, just think of how many years passed Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel, Solomon, David, all these righteous men and walked the earth, and they still getting talked about to this day, man, thousands of years ago, man. But yet our forefathers are still being taught about. It's like being spoken about of the things and the acts that they did while they lived, man. Right? 5,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago, and so forth. Look at this. It's still being brought out to this day. So how much more us? Right? Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, known for righteousness, not sinning against the Lord. Right? Walking uprightly, man. Let's get that. So this is the way that this is the way that they move while being on the earth, and all accounted to what they named, was there in that positive reflection, man. Right? Let's get that. And Prayer of Manasseh, chapter 1. Slaki is only one chapter. I'm going to get the point where, kind of right here, therefore, Slaki, I ain't going to be able to highlight it, but it says, thou therefore, O Lord, so I got to do it like this. Thou therefore, O Lord, that art the God of the just, has not appointed repentance to the just, as to Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, which have not sinned against thee. So our forefather Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob name was highly esteemed, was without stain, without blame, like blameless. It said they didn't sin against the Lord, man. Right? How many people can say they didn't sin against the Lord, man? Right? But that's what they name was accounted for, man. Righteousness, positive, and it was it was a good reflection on the Lord too. right? Because their name was righteous, man, through the Spirit, right? And they righteous acts is all as a testimony of their faith, right, towards the Lord, man, to magnify His name, man. So yeah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob name was without stain, man. All right, let's get a couple more. All right, that's how we gotta move in so-called in this world, man. We should be want to have a blameless name, man. Not just known for a nigga woman or evil brother, man, who hate their brother, or a drunkard. You don't be known like you like that. We all got that uncle or that auntie or that cousin who just a raging alcoholic. Get there and making all the jokes and trying to talk to the. You just don't want to be that person, man. I don't want to be known as the damn walking alcoholic, man. Right? That's evil, man. Hey, I want to be known for, hey, man, he kept all the law, statutes, commandments of the Lord, loved his brothers, right? Walked in righteousness, walked uprightly, feared the Lord. These the things I want to be known for, man, right? This Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 1, right? It says, a good name is rather to be chosen than great riches and love and favor rather than silver and gold. Yeah, so that name is going to be, it should be chosen rather than great riches. But in this world, hey, Jake got it the other way, man. They want to be known for having the greatest riches, right? Can't be Solomon, brother. I mean, you can if the Lord allow, but come on now. Hey, we ain't eating off gold forks. We're not eating off gold plates and walking on gold and everything is pure gold and getting this different weight of gold by measure a year. Like Solomon, man. You got brothers eating off paper plates, paper forks, paper spoon, paper cups. Why? Because this is the life that we in. But nevertheless, we may not have those riches like Solomon, but we have those ultimate riches that's promised to us if we continue to endure and have that blameless name, keeping the laws and commandments of the Lord, man. So that's those riches that we can account to, right? But nevertheless, it says a good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and love and favor than that silver and rather than silver and gold. Yeah, so we gotta try to have that blameless name, man. Not letting it get dragged through the mud and the dirt, man. Right. So and being what's that called? A gossiper, man. A talebearer. You known for the brother who just can't hold water, or the sister who just gotta tell the secrets. Just gotta tell something that you heard, man. And the Lord said you gotta take them secrets with you to the grave, man. But yet Jake and Eve want to damn. I got the tea spirit. Well, you gonna be known as that, man. Hey, don't tell that person nothing because they can't hold water. You don't want to be known as that, man. Right? That's why the Lord said I had one counselor above many, man. Right? But nevertheless, let's keep going. Let's get Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse number 1. Same thing the Lord gonna keep saying to us. A good name, this Ecclesiastes 7 and verse 1. So like it says, a good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of death than the day of one's birth. So the Lord literally is telling us that name is highly esteemed, man. Yahweh's name was blameless. Walked the earth, did no sin, was blameless, a lamb without blemish. That's the name that he stood for. Hey, the record that he left us. What's that in Hebrews? Let's get that. So like, bear with me. Let's get Hebrews chapter. So like in 1 John. 1 John chapter 5 and verse number 10. Right? It says, he that believeth on the Son of God hath the witness in himself. He that believeth not God hath made him a liar, because he believeth not the record that God gave of his Son. And this is the record, that God hath given to us eternal life, and this life is in his Son. Right? So the whole thing about it is, that record that was written of Yahweh Shah is everything he was, man, and what he came to do in his name that was remembered, man. Came to redeem us, shed his blood, and remission of sins for us to come back to the Lord. Made itself that sacrifice, right? He was austere, a scourging man. Had the 12 apostles and many disciples walking with him to bid them back to righteousness, to have that faith and keep the law, statutes, and commandments. So it's the end to be an example to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. And here it is, Christianity say, He kind of he did them so that we don't got to do it. He fulfilled them and we don't got to do them no more. Because they minds is bugged out. But his name was blameless. He literally was the one. It's like his name was blameless and brought us back into the name of the Lord, right? As Israel, man, redeemed us, man, with his blood, land without blemish, like I was saying earlier. So nevertheless, his name was accounted for righteousness, man, right? We wouldn't even be getting this truth if it wasn't for Yahweh, man, right? So nevertheless, that's another account of that. Let's get Hebrews, right? Chapter 11. Now, when you go read Hebrews chapter 11, it's just giving many accounts of the faith of like our forefathers, like Enoch, uh, Abel, Noah, Sarah, Abraham, Moses, and so forth and so forth. But these are just different records of what they stood for and how they were. So like they name that was counted for something, for faith, right? For righteousness, man. So this Hebrew, let's get a couple. Hebrews chapter 11 and verse number. Let's go to our forefather Enoch. Right. This is Hebrews chapter 11, verse 5. By faith, Enoch was translated that he should not see death and was not found because God has translated him. For before his translation, he had the testimony that he pleased God. Right. So his righteousness and what, his laws, the commandments, and ultimately his predestination was already written for him to be saved out of this wicked world so that he didn't have to see the death, man. Right? But this is his name, how he was remembered by, right? Serving the Most High God. And it pleased the Lord to save him up out of this situation. Nevertheless, but yeah, so like I'm gonna keep going, like get a couple more of these, right? Verse 7, by faith, Noah being warned of God, the things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by the which he condemned the world and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith, right? So when you keep reading Hebrews, it's just going into many accounts of our forefathers and their righteousness and how they served the Lord, man, with fear, godly fear and reverence, man, right? Like Hebrews chapter 10 and it's Hebrews chapter 11, and verse number. Let's see, I'm gonna get this precept. Hebrews chapter 12 and verse number 28, it says, wherefore we receive the kingdom which cannot be moved. Let us have grace whereby we may serve God acceptably with reverence and godly fear. So when you read Hebrews chapter 11, this all our forefathers having that godly fear and reverence of the Lord, to serve him, man. And they was remembered by that, thus for getting it written down as a remembrance of how they moved through the spirit. And that's how we want to be remembered, by the things that we did in this lifetime in this world while serving the Lord, keeping the commandments, having faith, giving alms, charity, loving our brothers and sisters, and many forth things, man. Reading, studying, praying, fasting, right? That's why it's accounts of us fasting, of us reading. I mean, it's like, Deuteronomy 17:17, if I'm mistaken. Hey, we had to read in the Bible all the days of our life, though it was talking about the king. But hey, we are a nation of kings and priests, man, and princesses, like. So how much more us, man? These are different things and testimonies that we gotta remember and to do, because these are the examples that was left unto us on how to move in today's society and what not to do and what to do. You got Judas, right? Walk with the Lord. Hey, uh, sold him out for some shekels, right? And then, threw the shekels because he didn't want it, because in the first he said, we don't want this blood money, right? And he hung himself, man. Though he repented before he, kind of did that. But these are things that's written on how they moved and these people, what they name meant and what they did in their lifetime. So that's what we trying to get it's like that's what the lesson is about. Having our people understand that your name stands for something. Walk ye there in righteousness, right? Thus for you be remembered for that, man. Right? So like I said, when you keep going into Hebrews 11, just many different accounts of our forefathers, man. But the end all be all, not to be long-winded, not to beat a dead horse, is to, going back to it, Sirach chapter 41 and verse number 12 again, is have regard to your name, man. Have regard, right? Think, have regard of your name, man. Really think and want it to mean something, man. Not get dragged through the mud and to be known as a negative way, but only in positive, right? In righteousness, man. As our forefathers, man. Right? Yeah, Solomon, David, these men, though they did certain, you know, they went off, but they repented, right? And, but yeah, they still had these things happen as a record to remember who they was and what they meant while they was in this world, man. All right, so have regard to thy name. Hebrews chapter 41, I mean, it's like Ecclesiastes 41:12 again. Have regard to thy name, for that shall continue with thee above 1,000 great treasures of gold. And 13 says, a good life have but few days, but a good name endure forever. So with that, I want to just continue to push forward this mark, walk blameless, and have that name with no stain on it, known as the brother who give alms. Hey, Tobit was known for giving alms, burying the dead, you know. So these was the righteous things that we was known by. So that's how the spirit we got to move in. So Lord willing, this was an edifying video. Lord willing, brothers and sisters continue to endure all things for the elect's sake. Keep pushing forth to this truth, trying to have a blameless name without spot, right? Without guile, without stains. And with that, shalom.